opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of the station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.
Welcome to the Fourth Line Hockey Show. I'm your host, Willie Plouffe. You know, we're here at Royal Sports Shop. I'm with my winger once again, Gerald Haasbeek. Beeks, how are you today, buddy?
Pretty good, Willie. Again, we're wearing the junior jerseys. What do you got there? Sioux Greyhounds, eh?
Sioux Greyhounds, coming at you hard because you know why? We're sporting the junior jerseys because the Fourth Line is going to Memorial Cup next week.
Yeah, that sounds good. Although I'm still iffy, 50-50. I got a bad knee.
You know what? I do have to say, Beeks, that's a lie. We lost you in Cancun. We're going to lose you in Florida when we're going away. You just had a better deal. You took it. You were abandoned ship conditioning?
Conditioning.
You know, we got to work this mic pretty good because we broke the other microphone, so here we are. Beeks.
You were yelling at me so loud.
We're getting a little bit crazy at the Fourth Line Hockey Show. You know, we've had a great show last week with Travis Brown, another Western Hockey League player, another player drafted into the NHL. Beeks, we have a great show. We got a good guest on this time.
Yeah, you know, the junior players, I think a lot of the, our viewers, they can really respond to them. Still regular guys, they haven't signed the big contract yet, haven't made the big show yet. So, I think there's a lot to be learned from them, especially for kids who are watching or parents who have aspiring hockey players.
It's so true. Madison Bowey is our guest from the Kelowna Rockets. He's grown up in Winnipeg here. I've known the guy since he was seven years old. The guy is a beast. And, I know if you beat him one-on-one, it doesn't happen very rarely, but you are going to get a stick and it's going to hurt.
Yeah, well, did you help him? Did you ever coach him?
I did coach him.
And it's funny that he's progressed so much with, no, I'm just joking. You're a heck of a coach, Willie.
Gerald, I love it. Coming at the Plouffe, we're going to return right after this. We come back with Madison Bowey talking a little bit about, what's going on in Western Hockey League. He just won himself a gold medal. He just met the mayor. Everything's happening. We'll be right back at you.
Close your eyes and count away. No, don't, 'cause I can't wait. Everything is free in this field of fantasy.
At Shaw, bear hugs take on a whole new meaning. Since 1989, we've given more than 335,000 Shaw bears to children when they need them the most, because we believe that one bear hug is great, but endless bear hugs are amazing.
Today, the Fourth Line Hockey Show, sitting here at Royal Sports Shop in the surf section. Is that true?
Surf, stand-up paddle boards, Willie. They are surfboards, but you stand on them and you paddle. You see a paddle there? You paddle with them. Good workout.
You know what? That is huge.
You could use one. You could use one.
Beeks, I know. Hey, never mind. Sporting the Oshawa Generals. Didn't we get to play this year with a guy who played for Oshawa?
Yeah, we're in that Mike Keane Classic, and who was it? The Big E, Eric Lindros.
Big E. Remember, we were playing against you guys, and he grabbed me, and he just kind of, get out of my way, kid. That guy is a beast, tough as nails.
Yeah, he likes his soda pops, too. I was out with him the night before. He had a few of those.
I do remember those Coca-Colas going down pretty good. We talked a little bit before we went on. A lot of players coming from Manitoba, Gerald, and playing in Western Hockey League. A lot of really good players come from Manitoba, and the one we have today he's no exception. This guy is a stud. Madison Bowey, brings a lot to the game, and I'm excited to have him here.
Excellent skater, obviously one of the top-notch defensemen. Just played in the U18 in Sochi, Russia, which a lot of hockey players are worried about going there next year, want to be on that team. So we're going to ask him a little bit about Sochi and what was going on there in Russia. I've been to Russia once. I know cameraman Jeff's been there once.
You, was it floor hockey or bandy, or was it?
Bandy. Well, I hurt my wrist playing. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, it was bandy.
And bandy's a lot of skating, right, Beeks? That has a lot of skating.
It's on a soccer field, fully flooded.
Yeah.
So it's similar rules to soccer and a little bit of hockey in there. It's a little bit different than what we're used to. But the Canadian team is based out of Manitoba, out of Winnipeg. So, but that's for another show. Maybe we'll get one of the guys out.
Yeah. My only concern is you said a lot of skating, and we've seen you skate, but it's okay. You're going to get through it right now. Let's bring in Madison Bowey from the Kelowna Rockets. Madison, welcome to the Fourth Line Hockey Show, kid.
Thank you. It's great to be on it.
Madison, you actually worked at Royal Sports Shop, didn't you?
I did indeed. It was a great experience, and it helped me a lot. I mean, it matured me a lot working here, and it was an awesome place to work for sure.
You know, Madison, I've known you since you've been 7 years old, all the way up to now. Like, I'm going to call you the Beast because I'm standing beside you, and you are bigger than me. And I'm looking, I go, I can't believe it. Tell us about, Madison Bowey.
I mean, I'm just kind of a guy that pretty easygoing, as you know, and I'm pretty competitive when it comes down to it. And I'm just a guy that'll do whatever it takes to win, and also off the ice, I'm great to get along with. So that's about all you need to know about me.
And you played your hockey. Where did you play your hockey, Madison? Monarchs and AAA, junior, all that stuff.
Yeah, I started off in Varsity View Community Center when I was young, maybe 6 or 5, 6 there, and then as I worked up, I played AA with the Assiniboine Park Rangers and against Tosh, obviously, as you know, and then I moved up to the Winnipeg Monarchs for Bantam a few years there, and then Winnipeg Wild was my last year in Winnipeg as a midget at 15, and then obviously in Kelowna after that.
Beeks, he's had a pretty good run, and you know what? He won a gold medal.
Well, you forgot to tell us about Team Canada. Tell us about Team Canada and your experience there.
Yeah, it was an unreal experience for myself. I know anytime you get to wear the Team Canada logo on your chest there, it's definitely a tremendous honor, and my family's proud of me, and everyone I think back in Winnipeg is proud of me, and it was awesome for myself. And to win that gold medal is even more special, and especially beating those Americans. Every Canadian kid dreams about that, so that was awesome.
Every time that is so true when you get to play against Americans and you guys beat them, it is huge. And you know what, Madison, let's talk about that tying goal you got.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were kind of getting outplayed throughout the game, and I know that period we didn't have any shots until I shot the puck and got the goal. So, I mean, definitely I think a kind of a game changer for us, and I know right after that goal we got another one 2 minutes after that, and that kind of put the game away. We played simple after that, so I think my goal was pretty big for the team. It
was jacked, and then it went on to bring home the medal.
Oh yeah, that was a cool experience. I heard Willie made you bring the medal. Did you bring it with you?
Matt's got the medal. Pull it out, man. Let's see that medal. Awesome.
This has kind of in my pocket for the last 2 weeks, so
it's good, and everyone wants to see it. So there we go, Jeff. Can you get a good shot of that, buddy?
It is.
Now, Madison Bowey, that is, that's a gold medal. A lot of the kids out there, Madison's worked hard, and he's going to talk a little bit about, what's your work ethic now, man? I know you have an excellent work ethic, but what about your regiment now working out?
It's pretty tough. I mean, definitely it's mentally and physically draining, but you have to do that to kind of make it to the next level. And I know growing up, I've always been a hard worker, and that's basically the main thing that you can to move on to the next level. So working hard is definitely a big asset to any hockey player, and just kind of you can't never give up and always work hard in the gym and on the ice as well.
Good advice. We always get the great advice from the young bucks.
Now, Madison, why don't you tell us a little bit about your junior career now? You've been there 2 years in Kelowna. How was it, at 17 years old, leaving home, going to a new experience, and how did you deal with all that, going right up to your graduation now to playing, I know you played in that prospect game and traveling with Team Canada to Russia. Tell us a little bit about all that.
Yeah, it's pretty overwhelming. I mean, as a young 16-year-old going there, it's kind of difficult for most young kids because we're still young, right? But I have a great billet there and a great billet family that kind of is basically my mom and dad as well. So they really kind of brought me in and kind of taught me and matured me to the guy I am right now, and they've been great, and it's definitely helped in moving on right now in tournaments like the U18s and little events like the prospects game. Kind of a more mature person, and it makes it a lot easier.
And Madison, how about the food bill? How is the food bill with the billets?
Unreal. I mean, it's definitely expensive. I know I got a younger guy, 16-year-old, that came and lived with me, moved in this year. So the bill is definitely expensive, and my billets are great cooks. So they do the job well, and it's just awesome.
Now, how was the food over in Russia?
It was pretty questionable, to be honest. I know I don't know what kind of meat we're eating. We ate the same meat every day, spaghetti for every meal, and I don't know what the meat was. It could have been dog. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely kind of hard to put back, and I think most of the guys kind of relied on Nutella for that whole weekend. So it was definitely an experience that I'll kind of hopefully I forget, because the food was pretty hard to take down.
Well, Gerald, it's probably, you had that same experience when you were there. What were you guys eating?
We ate a lot of borscht where I was, actually. I don't mind borscht, so it wasn't too bad. But why don't you tell us a little bit about Sochi, because it's such a foreign area. I think most Canadians will know about the big cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg, but what was Sochi like?
Pretty crazy city. I mean, it's one of, I think I heard it was one of the nicest cities in Russia, but definitely pretty corrupt city. I mean, kind of going to every game on the bus, we kind of saw stray dogs and stray cats kind of walking around and stuff like that. And I mean, a lot of security there. I mean, I know to get into the rink and to get out, we always had to go through security and making sure that we're not bringing anything bad in or anything like that. So it's definitely a big experience, and it was pretty cool to see.
Now, Madison, this year is your Nhl Draft year coming up. How are you feeling about that? You getting pretty excited?
I am getting pretty excited. I mean, growing up, any young hockey player will watch the draft, and kind of hard to believe. 3 years ago watching it, and now it's kind of my time to get drafted. So it's definitely a big experience, and it's going to be very exciting for my family and myself.
You know, Gerald, every time we have a guest on, we know a lot of our guests, but it just makes me, I get pretty jacked when the young guys that we've known and coached a little bit and got to see them grow up to be good hockey players and good people, not just hockey players, but all around good athletes and great people. I can't wait to see this kid go.
Well, it makes it more personal for sure. And, as a community, we're all excited and proud of, all of our Manitobans, and especially for us living in Winnipeg, our Winnipeggers who are going to make it. Big
time, and we have a lot of great athletes out there and great hockey players from Manitoba. Madison's going to be fitting right in there. Madison, before we break off, we're going to talk a little bit with you about how about your music? What's the favorite music you like?
I'm kind of an all-around guy. I kind of like the electronic music right now, and that kind of music like Skrillex and stuff like that kind of get me pumped up before the big games. But other than outside the rink, I like country. I love kind of just mellowing down, just kind of chilling out. So I love my country music too. Do you have a game ritual that you go through? I do actually. I know it's pretty long, but I'll try to keep it short. I know I'll have a shower before we head off to the rink, and then when we get to the rink, I'll do tape all 3 of my sticks, and then I'll have another shower before our pregame warm up there, and I'll go out there. I always have chew gum and warm up too, and then after that it's just kind of game time, and I just wing it after that. Awesome, get at. We're going to break off right now the Two Amigos tip of the day, and the Two Amigos tip of the day came right from Madison, Bowey, talking about if you're in the corner and you're defenseman, make that forward pay. Use your stick, use something, make him pay. We'll be right back at you.
I thought indoor tanning was safe.
They said their tanning rays were less likely to cause a sunburn.
What you need to know is UV light from indoor tanning
can cause premature aging.
And even worse, UV light can increase your risk of skin cancer,
including melanoma, the deadliest form of skin cancer.
In fact, current estimates are that 1 in 7 Canadians will develop skin cancer.
And 1 person dies from skin cancer about every 7 hours.
I don't want to be one of them.
This message brought to you by the Canadian Dermatology Association.
Work shouldn't hurt, but nearly 100 Manitobans are reported hurt at work each day, and back injuries are among the most painful and most common. Nearly 1/3 of all soft tissue injuries are back-related. Most of these injuries are preventable if we spot the hazard, assess the risk, find a safer way every day. Order Back to Basics to learn about safer work practices by calling or logging on to safemanitoba.com.
Before we broke off, we talked about being aggressive, being tough in hockey in the corners. I mean, referenced the fact that make him pay. What we meant by that, because we played with a lot of guys and a lot of tough guys who, if you do beat them in the corners, and this is community channel, when we say make him pay, be hard on the puck, be tough. Not that two-hand him over the head or anything like that, but to be strong on the puck. And that player one-on-one comes out, you have to be hard, work hard, and be aggressive. Gerald.
Nice save, Willie. Nice
save. It's like, I don't want to get any heat there. But when we talk about toughness and a lot of hockey, and Madison falls into that realm of a player. Like, I've seen him two-hand a couple guys. I've coached him against a couple teams where he hasn't been beat, but it's one-on-one. He's making them pay.
Well, and hockey's changed a lot, especially from when we were playing. A lot of dump in the corner, and or carrying the puck in the corner, and the defenseman made us pay with hits. And now forwards are more dumping it in. Defensemen got to go get it, and they're the predator, and the defensemen are the prey. So I know that's one big thing that's changed.
For sure. We also talked a little bit about the prospects game, and for people out there, it's Don Cherry and Bob York. It's been going on forever about the top drafts coming up. And Bowser, you've got to play. You were on Orr squad. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, that was a tremendous experience for myself. I knew all the top prospects in the CHL were at that game, and I mean, probably the highlight of that weekend was not only winning the game, but meeting Don Cherry, the legend. You know what I mean? And he's just a great guy, and you see him on CBC every night, and he's just awesome. And to meet him was just a tremendous honor for myself.
That is huge, Beeks. Sometimes they reference us guys to be the next Grapes, but I don't know about that.
Well, what is it, Onright and O'Toole? They're leaving? Maybe we should apply for that job. Maybe we can get it. What do you think?
I think we're in trouble, buddy. I think we're in trouble. Stay where we're at. We talked also, we're going to talk about taping sticks. We had a great episode a while back about how to tape a stick. We're going to Bowser here, Madison Bowey. I call him Bowser because we call his dad that. We call him that. How he tapes his stick. Now, let's take a look on how Madison Bowey would tape his stick.
Yeah, so I mean, growing up, I kind of always was taught to tape heel to toe, right? Because you're not, when you shoot, it's going to go from heel to toe. So I just kind of start off from the heel as low as possible, and I just kind of started off like that. And I mean, for me, the shot's kind of pretty important for D-man, and I have to kind of always put all the puck and all my weight into it, and I need it to go heel to toe. So I just start off from heel to toe, and then start off like that. And I mean, some people tape it as however they want it, but just for my preference, I like heel to toe, and it's been working for me. So.
And once you find your niche, it stays with it, right?
Exactly. I've been always stayed with this since I was maybe 9, 10, so it's stayed with me for the whole time, and whatever you're comfortable with, I mean. But for me, this is how it is, and I think when you're definitely growing up and learning how to shoot the puck, it's definitely you need heel to toe is where you get all the strength from and all the power of your shot. So that's definitely what you need there.
You know, that's a good way to tape your stick, and a lot of guys tape it differently. And we talk about it's how you feel and what makes you feel. If it's working for you, it works for you, right? Exactly.
I mean, I know some guys on my team like to start not even maybe just a little bit of toe tape, and it works for them too. So I mean, it's kind of a preference for yourself, but I mean, I think starting off as a young guy, you kind of need to start from heel to toe, and that's how I learned how to shoot. So I think that really helps. Well, that's a pretty good way to do it, and I think Beeks, each player likes it their own way. Gerald, how would you tape your hockey stick?
Well, I do mine similar to Madison. I use white tape, but I don't know why white or black or why some guys do. But, actually they're teaching kids to shoot differently, a little bit more off the toe than the center, like when we were taught, and even when Madison was taught when he was a kid. And, so there's a lot of new technologies and everything evolving in hockey. And, well, maybe we'll pose this question to you, Madison. You went and you played in the AA and AAA ranks here. Then you moved to the Western Hockey League. How did the coaching change, or did it? Or what other things did you work on that you never worked on here as much?
Definitely. I mean, you kind of the kind of systems are definitely more kind of a big kind of concern, and definitely the WHL and the CHL. I know in AA you kind of just do whatever you want. As a defenseman, I could go and just kind of rush the puck whenever I wanted, and even in AAA. But coming in the WHL, you really kind of have to simplify your game, and that's what I did. And my coach really taught me to be more defensively sound, and I mean, it's helped me a lot so far. And I play a bigger role, so it's definitely helped me a lot.
So that's a good information for a lot of young players out there, right? You can play your game, but when it gets to that higher level, you need to learn the systems.
Exactly. I mean, growing up, as you know, my dad always taught me to play my game and don't kind of change it for anyone, and that's how I was. But I know if you want to make it to the next level, you got to kind of do what coaches like and what even like for myself, the scouts like and want to see. So that's kind of a big factor. But growing up, you just kind of always have to play your game and always have fun doing it.
That is great. You know what? Before I want to give a shout out to Austin Lutz. You played with him for a long time, and he was with you on that Canada team.
Yeah, he didn't get enough credit, I don't think, for kind of being there. He was a great guy for the team. He always kept us happy, and he even worked hard in practices too. He got a lot of good training there, so he didn't get enough credit, but he definitely needed a lot, and he was awesome.
And we had his mom on the show, Gerald, talking a little bit about her son going away. He's a goalie for Everett, and he's had a great year over in Everett.
Yeah, and parents are important, and we were talking off air about the dedication that Madison's parents have put into his career. Maybe tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, they travel a lot of miles, as Plouffe knows, and he traveled with his son too as well, and he's still doing it. But they pay a lot of money, and they kind of are always there to support you. And I mean, parenting definitely plays a big role in any kid's career and in any sport that is. And I mean, they've really helped me a lot along the way and really kind of formed me into the guy I am right today.
I know a lot of times we have to chase these guys down in a hotel room, Jill, because of the mini sticks and the hide and seek going on in hotels and security be all over them. We caught these guys. They're a little bit faster back then, but now we can still catch them.
Yeah, well, and I think there was a good message there: simplify your game. Sometimes you do more by doing less.
Yeah.
And I know Madison's a great skater, and skating's such a big part of the game. How has your skating progressed, and is that something that you guys really work on in the Dub and maybe for Team Canada?
Yeah, I know. I think mostly every team in the WHL and CHL has a skating coach, and we have one as well here. And I know skating isn't the thing that I have to work on the most, but he definitely works with me to get my stride even better and even more powerful than it is now. So skating definitely is a big key to anyone's career. So if you can learn how to skate at a young age, you kind of keep going up the ranks, it'll help you a lot.
Now, Madison, we're talking about getting that stride out, right? Full length and back recoil, right?
Yeah, exactly. Full length recoil. I mean, my dad kind of taught me that stride in the backyard there, and it's helped me so far, and it's been awesome.
You know what? It's been sweet seeing Madison skate, and he's like a power defenseman, also offensive, defense. Now, Madison, a little bit of advice for kids out there: if you have a forward coming on you, and the shot's not there, a lot of kids take that shot, and they shouldn't, right?
Yeah, I mean. Definitely, if you're forward and you're coming down on a guy and the shots, are you talking about hitting?
Yeah, defenseman. Yeah, the shot's coming, you're a defenseman, and that forward's coming at you. A lot of young D-men end up shooting the shin pads.
Yeah, exactly. I know just kind of force them, right, and force them, and then if you see it as kind of an opportunity to take him and eliminate from the puck. So that's probably the biggest thing there.
Awesome. Now, Gerald, how about your shot? How's that doing?
It's awesome, just like yours, Willie. I've seen we're getting older. The shot's the first thing to go when you get older, don't you find?
I tell you, I never had a good shot, so we've had some troubles there. We're going to break off right now, but before we go, once again, my winger here, Gerald Haasbeek, is going to give us the Ice Traders quote of the week. Here we go, Gerald.
So here's another Wayne Gretzky one. I think most of them have been Wayne Gretzky ones. So he said, 90% of the game is mental, and the other half is physical.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
We'll be right back at you in the surf shop at Royal Sports.
Some say the Children's Wish Foundation started with this locket. A wish from a hospitalized girl for something special her mother could remember her by. And 25 years and 15,000 wishes later, we make sure the magic and excitement includes the entire family. And we celebrate the successes and hope that wishes can bring. Thank you from the Children's Wish Foundation of Canada and this station.
Right back at you, the Royal Sports Shop here, Fourth Line Hockey Show. I have to say one thing, Happy, our cameraman, he is doing a great job, Beeks.
Yeah, well, it's a warm day today. He's sweating it out, but he's keeping it together.
If you guys don't know Happy, he's a pretty big dude, so he's doing a great job. Like we ask all our players and all our guests, Madison, who's your favorite player growing up?
My favorite player is Jerome McGinley. I mean, he's growing up. He's kind of been a great leader, and I've always kind of looked up to him ever since I was younger. So he's definitely my favorite player.
Now, he's going to probably win himself a cup this year. I'm going for Chicago, but I'm telling you, he might win it.
Yeah, I kind of had to hop on the Pittsburgh bandwagon after he got traded there. So I'm hoping they win and hoping he gets a cup. That'd be awesome to see. So I'm rooting for Pittsburgh right now.
Now, Madison, also, your favorite player again. How about the guys who resembles your play? Like, who would you pick if you had to pick a defenseman? Who kind of, Madison Bowey plays like?
I think he plays in Winnipeg. I think Zach Bogosian is probably a pretty good kind of comparison there. I mean, he's a physical player, and he's also a good skater, and he can put up some points if he has to. So I mean, that's kind of he's a solid two-way defense, and that's someone I could compare myself to, I think.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great comparison. Also, Bogo is a great guy. Like, signing autographs, Gerald, talking to people, always giving people the time. That guy, he's an ace.
Yeah, other than he is an American though, isn't he? Yeah, no, he is a super nice guy. Just joking on the American thing, but yeah, no, I've seen Madison play too, and I think that's a good comparison. Great skater, both ways, and lays the body when necessary, but can, has got a rocket of a shot, can put the puck in the net. So Madison, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do in the off season, workout regimen, and just how you relax and what you do on your downtime.
Yeah, I mean, I work out I think every day a week I try, and definitely now preparing for the combine, I have to kind of always be in the gym for the next 2 weeks and preparing for that. But just to chill out, I chill with all my buddies there, and we go to a few of the buddies' cabins and just kind of relax there. Because the off season, you want to work out, but you still want to have time to kind of lay back and just chill. So going to cabins and stuff like that, and just chilling out at friends' buddies' houses is definitely what I like to do. Now, you mentioned the combine, Madison. What is that? That's like the fitness testing for all the NHL prospects. I think 70 guys are invited for that, and that's at the end of May. So that's going to be pretty hard. I think there's a lot. It's mentally and physically draining. I think every team kind of questions you, and the questions are pretty hard. So, the physical testing is going to be hard, but the mentally testing is going to be hard too. So I'm preparing for that every day right now. That is huge.
Well, this is like preparation. We are hitting you with some hard-hitting questions here. You're going to breeze that, eh?
Now, Madison, also, the draft this year is in New Jersey, and we talked about how excited it is. How about, is the whole family going down there? They are. The whole family is going down. I have a few aunt and uncles going down. My grandma's going to make the flight out, the trip out. So it's going to be a really special moment, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. That is huge. And also, and we know you have a little brother, Connor, and he's been drafted this year into Kelowna, same thing. Yeah, he was pretty pumped when the name got called to Kelowna. I know that. He definitely wanted to go there just because he's coming to watch me play, and he definitely looks up to me and looks up to the team. So it's a great organization for him to go to, and I can't wait for him to come to camp. That is huge. That's going to be a little bit of dynasty going on, and it's great to see Madison's little brother Connor being drafted by Kelowna.
For sure, when we all have siblings, and it's always fun to, when you can be included with them. So what's next on the horizon? So we got the draft, and then, I guess possible on the World Junior Tournament and upcoming. What's going on for the future for you? Yeah, definitely. The World Junior Camp there is, I think in August, and they invite a few guys there to go play in Salt Lake City. And there's a little
tournament there in Lake Placid, and I mean, so I hope for that. I mean, I worked really hard to kind of get that invite, but I mean, I'm still young. I have another year to do it, but I'm really hoping for that. And also, I mean, the team I go to, I have a little camp to go to there, so it's going to be pretty overwhelming summer right now, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Well, Madison, the Fourth Line Hockey Show wants to thank you. You know, you played in AAA here. You played for Team Manitoba. You played for your country. You're playing in now the Western League, and you're going to the draft this year. Fourth Line Hockey Show wants to thank you for a person who you are and a great hockey player. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
And you taped Willie's stick too, eh?
Perfect. We'll be right back at you.
Be a part of a team that is making a difference in the lives of millions of Canadians. I joined Team Diabetes to get healthy, and now I'm training for my 3rd marathon.
Did you know that proper nutrition and regular physical activity can help manage diabetes as well as prevent type 2 diabetes?
Together, we can raise awareness and funds for diabetes.
Running with Team Diabetes Canada was the most exhilarating experience of my life.
Eat healthy, be active. Join today and see how far you can go with Team Diabetes. Help create a healthier Canada.
Wow, what a great guest that was. Madison Bowey, you know, another great player from Winnipeg that we've had on the show, Gerald, on the Fourth Line Hockey Show, talking about, you know, his story is awesome.
It'll be interesting to see where he goes in the draft. You know, it'll be exciting for us and his parents, and obviously anybody who knows him, you know, to see where he goes, what team. Imagine if he got selected by the Jets or something cool like that. But just to get selected in the NHL, what a thrill.
That is huge, and we've had a lot of players on who have been, you know, we've had some pros on, we've had guys who are going to the Western League, guys have been drafted, and every one of them say, you know, it's their dream, and it's so true. We've dreamed it. We never got to do all that stuff, but I tell you, it's exciting when you know someone who's doing that.
Absolutely, and you know, and just because you get drafted doesn't mean you're any guarantees. And you know, like he said, like Madison said, he's training hard. You know, trying to keep a level head, keep going. You know, there's World Juniors coming up, all this other sort of stuff. So, you know, there's no guarantees in life, but hard work definitely usually pays off.
Isn't that what we always talk about? It's like, you know, anything we give to the people out there, the kids out there, it's hard work. And you're right. Just because you're drafted in certain parts, you know, the Western Hockey League, when it's your draft of 14, you know, to the NHL, it doesn't mean that you got a free pass. You got to work and keep working and getting better, because the guys who didn't get drafted are chasing you.
Yeah, and you know, like we talked about the training, you know, skating. You got to work on your skating, no matter what level. You know, we were lucky enough, both of us, to know pro players, and that's one of the things that I hear from them. They want to work at a pro player, still working on his foot speed, his skating, his stride length, you know, still working on his shot. Pro players taking shots against the barn in their garage or whatever you want to say, you know, so there's always room for improvement.
And we talk, you know, like Lenny Carnegie's with Vancouver, right? He's still, his job is to train these guys, and they're pro athletes. You never quit. You keep getting better and better.
Yeah, you know, and I've been lucky enough, and I think you have too, to be in their training facility. These guys, they have a shooter tutor, they have a net, plastic. They
always talking about hard work through all the guys, Gerald. You know, and that's one of the number one things. You got to keep shooting pucks, skating, working hard, keeping in shape.
Training, taking some downtime, relaxing. You know, whether it be on a stand-up paddle board or spending time with family and friends, well balanced and everything, but. You know, and whether you're drafted or not, you know, there's a lot of undrafted players who make it to the NHL or, you know, whatever sport or activity that your goal or dream is. And at the end of the day, you know, Madison mentioned it, and the same reason we play, it's fun. Still having fun.
Big time. And the camaraderie and the friendships we built is huge. You know, we're getting jacked now because next time we're doing our show, we are going in Saskatoon for the MasterCard Memorial Cup 2013, checking a lot of Blades players. Like, you know, we've got Nikki Zajac there, we got Stoven, we've got Fairlane, we got a lot of Manitobas, and Portland's got Leipzig. I'm pretty excited.
You got a favorite there? Who do you think's going to take the cup?
You know what? I'm going to go for the Blades. That's a stretch, but I'm going for the Blades. But you know what? I think Portland's pretty tough.
Well, Portland did win. The Blades had a tough season. They got bounced out in the first round, so they apparently have been off 52 days before that tournament will start. It might be pretty tough for them all those players to raise that level after essentially 2 months off.
And I'm also excited. We're going to be interviewing like Daryl Stanley, and we're going to track down Ty Domi because we know Domi's son's there. We're going to have some fun at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Once again, back at Royal Sports Shop. We'll see you guys back at Royal Sports Shop in a couple of weeks because we're going to Saskatoon. See you later.
The opinions expressed on the program you have just watched are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of this station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.